Welcome to Tiki Hat Treasures. This is Kai. Today's video, though, it's not about us. It's about Ava. So we're doing the Let's Resin Parrot mold, the Parrot Sphere mold. And I'm going to actually use her feathers. So let's get started. All right. Welcome. So I am just taking the feathers that I have collected from the bottom of Ava's cage and just painting them with resin. I'm using my 1 hour fast cure because I don't need it to do anything special or look any certain way. I just need them to harden. That to me is the best and quickest way to make that happen. And so I'm just taking this little teeny bit. I've only done 20 mLs of resin. And I'm just putting it on the feathers and then spreading it out a little. And these are Ava's feathers. I did not hurt her, pull them off, or whatever. They naturally shed their feathers. She doesn't pluck her feathers or anything like that. She fell, I know, and lost a feather last week at some point because she fell asleep in a weird position apparently. Anyway, but that's really all that, it just happens. Her cage will have, every time I clean it, every week that I clean it, there's probably 3 or 4 feathers in it. And they just regrow, probably like our hair does. When birds are under significant stress, they sometimes pluck their feathers if they're bored or they don't have the socialization or whatever. They can pluck their own feathers, and if they do that and it's a blood feather, bad outcomes. So yeah, that's why it's so important for birds, if they're being held in captivity, right? They're captive, because I can't let her out. I can't let her on her own. She has been with me since she hatched. So the only thing she knows is food going in her bowl. And birds live, African grays. I only really know about African grays. But the average lifespan for an African gray is something like 35 to 45 years in the wild. In captivity, human-owned African grays can live up to 65 years. That's about, I think the average is 60 years or something. So who wants her when I die? You can apply here. No, she's so special. I've only had her 17 years. She's only 17 years old. And she's got a long life ahead of her. Birds are not a toy. They are not something that you should buy anyone for Easter or a birthday unless they are going to take care of that bird for 60 years. I bought her on a whim. I was a traveling nurse and I didn't know anything about birds. My roommate at the time was also a traveling nurse, but he was very knowledgeable about birds. Ava, shush. He was very knowledgeable about birds and he knew that he wanted one, but he couldn't afford it at the time. And I went with him to the store and I held the mom and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, well, if you have one that is hatching, of course I want to buy it. So I bought it and they called me on hatching day. And I was there for every meal that she had until well, not every meal probably, but at least once a day for, I think they held her for 4 weeks. It was 2 or 4 weeks. It's been 17 years, so I don't hardly remember. And that is it. That's all I'm doing for now with these feathers. I'm just going to let them dry on this side. Okay, y'all. I poured a little bit of 1 hour fast cure in the mold, and I'm just going to be adding feathers. It's hard to see inside the mold, so I'm not going to be able to place them exactly where I want them. The head kind of goes off to the side and I don't know, but I had coated all of these in resin, so hopefully they won't hold as many bubbles. And I can make them staggered, kind of. Feathers are like the way people lay bricks, like they just follow a pattern going down the bird, and so you just gotta kind of find which way the feather is growing and put it in that way. But this is more difficult than it looks, for real. And I want to do it justice because Ava's my baby. But it's really hard to get it in all of the places and facing the right direction. You can't just have them go willy-nilly. You can't just drop them in a bunch of feathers like you have. Well, you probably could, but that's not how birds look. Their feathers are very organized. So, alright, now I'm not going to be able to use all these feathers. I think I have too many. Maybe I didn't need the big ones. So hard to see. You have no idea. So my thought was I'll use 1 hour fast cure because then I can put in a couple of layers and then do a couple more layers. And that is not at all what has gone on. So, okay. Alright, there's that. I want this to look nice. If you could, you need to see, like, hold on. To see down in here is really hard. So, and there's no room for your fingers. All right, let me get a little bit more resin. So, all right, so what I'm doing is I'm just mixing up this resin and getting it to look clear, and it does. And then I am getting just a tad of the black holographic Let's Resin glitter and mixing it into each little batch that I make. Over here, it's just a little bit, but it's enough to hide bubbles. That's why I was doing it that way, and hopefully to hide blank spaces. Like if I miss a space with a feather, it's kind of gray. You know, that was my thought. Okay. So, put that in. And then I'll just keep adding feathers. Now, I have these big ones that I want to use. What I don't know is what's happening in the front. But I can't really see. Alright, so I'm going to try and put another feather going the opposite way to come around the front of the bird. Okay. And then I'll do the same on the other side. Hopefully. this side down, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Put this one in front of this longer back one. And this one in there. You have to be careful because this stuff will cure on you fast. So, still want to be able to stick some feathers in here. The red feathers have to come next. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just cut up. I wish you guys could see inside this mold, but I'm just gonna cut up little pieces of feather and then drop it inside. Okay, I'm ready for more resin. I'm gonna grab my resin bottles. I really wish you guys could see inside here. Just gotta pay attention to your resin and make sure that it's clear and not, there's no ribbons of unmixed resin in there. This is more than I mixed earlier, so I'm just being a little bit more careful. Now the next step is going to be to add my red feathers. So I'm going to make sure, first I want to make sure that the resin is going in the rest of the bird. So the head is already hard. But I want to make sure that I'm getting the resin everywhere. Okay. And then, because the last thing I want is a big air pocket, right? I don't care if there's missing parts in the resin of like feathers, as much as I don't want a uneven surface on the, you know, that I can't fix. So, all right, let's see. That's way too long. I tell people all the time that they should be inside my head. Like, if you knew the funny shit that goes through my brain at any given moment, you would either know I was really disturbed or you would be laughing really hard. Or a combination of both. I am probably a little disturbed, but that's all I can really put in here because of the way the mold goes. It wants the red feathers to kind of end right here. Alright, so we'll put a couple of these little gray ones in here and in here. Just so you don't see the stem of these, the stem. I don't know what the middle ribbing of the feathers on the red feathers. You can see the white middle part. Pretty easy. Okay. And then maybe this one. You literally can't see inside this bird. Okay. That is all I'm gonna do. You really can't, you wouldn't have been able to see anything, but literally that's all I've done is put these feathers in. I'm going to let it sit a little bit on an angle. All right, we are back. I'm gonna put these flowers in the bottom of it. They're just fake flowers, so I will immerse those in some resin in a little while, but I want to get in here. Oh, there's resin on. There's some resin in here. Let's see if I can get it out. Okay, I can get some of this. Let's see. It's thin enough, but so where I had partially poured the resin went into some of these little crevices. Just to get under my feathers at all, or pull them out. The cool thing is, being an yarn nurse, I take out sutures and things. Like this is very similar to. I just want to get this one section out of this branch so I can actually color in the branch, because I want to mica it. Okay, I got it. By George, I've got it. Alright, so the flowers, this one has resin in it. I don't know that I can get this on. I'm not going to be able to get that one without dislodging feathers. I'm so excited to see this later today. It looks like there's a huge bubble in his beak. I hope that it has resin in it and it's not. No, it feels like it's a bubble. That's gonna suck. Alright, so I'm gonna color these in. Let's do that. So I have a brown, and then I brought out some of Laura's Art Corner colors for the flowers. Let's get a paintbrush. And so I think I fixed the, it doesn't have very much static in it, which is good, because I've already put resin in it and stuff. But the mica isn't going everywhere. Oops! Is that a flower on this? Yeah. And then here. have to use a little Q-tip to clean out the flower here, because now I've got brown inside of one of the flowers. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, and I feel like Ava and the dogs are still sleeping. It's so weird. All right. I'm about to say, well, this flower is gonna have to just be brown. But I'm not going to be able to make this again. This is going to be hopefully kind of sentimental. And I don't want to have to, like, I'm not going to be able to replicate it, so. Alright, so let's use some deep purple first, and I'm going to, my switching sponge is here. I'm going to use a little of the bright purple, just going to clean out the cap of it, and I'm going to do just a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going around where I can clean off the excess color just while I see it here right now. Alright, let's see if I can baby wipe this out. Okay, I am back, and just gonna get a green for, there's just a little bit of leaf. I'll do like a hotter pink for the other flower. Let's do that first. That is right in here. Okay. Then I'm just going to go over one more time on this brown, make sure I'm not missing any parts after I cleaned it. Okay, that looks really good. And then the other side, I have the branch done and those purple flowers, but now we'll do a little green. Kaya, are you having fun over there playing with your ball? He's literally playing ball by himself, tossing the ball, picking it up, running with it, tossing the ball. So cute. My other one is like asleep on my couch, probably saying, "Stop making any noise," because he's 16 years old and a little ornery. All right, let's get a new baby wipe to clean this up. And it's going to clean out more around the edge that I didn't clean before. I did cut the mold. I did cut the mold when I was snipping. Yeah, anyway, it's a tiny cut, but it's there. And I will have to watch and make sure resin doesn't come out. All right, so I'm gonna mix some resin up now. I'm going to degas it I'm gonna drizzle resin over it. I just want to try and get, I don't want bubbles on the flowers, and that's where they will be attracted to first. So I'm gonna mix the resin, put away all my other supplies here, and while my resin is debubbling, etc., I'm gonna work over here on another baby gift that I'm also working on at the same time. So life doesn't stop for me to craft on a schedule, apparently. I have very few days off, and so when the opportunity arises for me to get caught up on some family gifts or coworker baby showers or something, I just have to do it then, even though the baby shower is not till October. But I had the time off right now, and so I'm like, I have to do it now. All right, so these flowers I'm going to put in only about that far. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a little way to hold these also. I wonder if I should put these in the debubbler. Can I put the whole mold in the debubbler? I have never tried that. I may try that. So let's just pour, I'm gonna put the resin in the debubbler first, get out as many bubbles as I can, and then in case there's large bubbles attached to the flowers, I'll put the whole mold in the debubbler. It's tall enough, I can do that. So all right, y'all, I'm gonna mix up my resin. See you in a minute. All right, so we are done in the debubbler. I had to eat breakfast while it was doing it because I kept noticing bubbles. I put in the smallest amount of this glitter. I have no name for it, I have no idea. And the Aurora powder from Into Resin. All right, let me put my gloves back on because I am inevitably going to make a mess. And because you should wear them anyway. Here we go. I was finishing making the edges silver on this little rose. It's just the perfect color. It's an eye candy color. And it's so pretty. I just keep looking at it like it's the same one in these letters, and it's a really pretty pink. Okay, this is what we're here for. I have put glitter in here, and it has debubbled for like 6 minutes, and there was no falling of the glitter. So I think we're gonna be okay. And what I decided to do was just pour it in, and then we're gonna put it in the debubbler. So and I'm just pouring it in slowly. I'll do a little bit more from this side. I'm purposely pouring it just onto itself and not, oh, and I only gave enough resin to fill this to the halfway mark because I don't want to flash cure, right? So all right, let's see what happens in the debubbler, because I can't tell if there's bubbles in it. Oh yeah, I see some. So I'm gonna put it in the debubbler. I'm gonna start it up. Well, it pushed the flowers over a little, but it should still work. So I'm just gonna watch that for a minute, and in the meantime, you hear Ava screaming. Yep, up to her typical Ava moves. Hi, Ava. You gonna tell me to shut my mouth? All right, let's see if there's anything I have that I can put on this phone holder. Some pretty flowers or something. I actually kind of like these. I would never have thought I would have liked them, but I kind of do. They were from the Dollar Tree. That's why I say I don't think I would have liked them, but that is very Florida. That one wins. It wins. Okay. How about you shut your mouth? How about that? Okay, I'm gonna cut that one off because I want to see if I can use it somehow. You gotta watch your stuff in the debubbler, and it is working. It looks like it was trying to go over, but it must have corrected itself because it did not spill. This is why I'm on ADHD medicine, because I start something and I forget what I'm doing because I go on to something else, and that happens 40 times a day. And my husband's like, "You don't need medicine?" Okay, well, you should be inside my brain because it's a dangerous place. That's why I can't cook, because I'll start something in the oven and the next thing you know, the fire alarm's going off. You're like, oh, okay, I was cooking something. I forgot. So I cut this off to see if I could bring it down. I think I will. Ava!
Shut your mouth.
Okay, then we'll go all the way around this edge so I can fit the most of the sticker on the piece. Cut off this little edge. I should have copied this picture first because I think it's a really good picture. Okay, I'll just cut around the edge. Perfect. And then I will just top coat this. download it and it will be beautiful. So I was gonna send this with the set, but no more. I'm gonna send that to my friend in the Keys she's gonna put up a table somewhere and help me sell some of my stuff where there's more clientele that probably want my stuff. So anyway, all right, it is starting to bubble over. That's crazy because I'm gonna have to add more time. I hope it's not making it worse. I can't imagine that it would, but I didn't have that much bubbles in it when I had it in the cup. All right, well, I'm just gonna let it finish and then I'm gonna let it cure. So I will see you back when it is semi-cured and we can pour the second coat. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish pouring the next layer. And it already started actually a couple seconds ago, and I'm gonna fill it to the top. I'm not gonna put it back in the debubbler machine. I feel like it may have worked, but also it just kept bubbling. So I'm hoping that we are bubble free, but I don't know what that is. Oh, it looks like it's one of the purple flowers, but it's in a cured layer. So, oh well. The mold looks a mess but this close up, huh? All right, so I can't really see, but we will leave this and come back in a few hours. All right. It's still hot, but I can't wait to see it. So we are going to look at this. I'm trying to take pictures of a bunch of the art that I have ready for sale right now, and because my husband's employer wants to see it. So normally I would just bring someone to my home and let them see the display that I have in my office. But she's a little different, so I am taking pictures of my pieces and making a catalog. All right, so so as it was starting to cure, like I couldn't do this while it was still curing, so then I put in some pieces of dichroish film just to see if it would give us a little reflection or something. Let's cut off all the excess here. I can always put a UV layer if I need to, which I may need to because it looks like the dichroish film didn't go everywhere. So, all right, sheesh, I'm excited, but I don't want to find out it didn't work. Does anyone ever feel that way? Like you don't want to demold something because you don't want to find out that it looks bad? You're a butthole. Did you hear? I'm unmolding a picture of you and you call me a butthole? That's not very nice. It's not very nice. Ava. Alright, I'm gonna have to bring this to me for a second. Sorry. Because it is tighter than I thought. Well, I'm gonna roll it. Maybe. Yes. I'm trying not to cheat. Let's see. I'm not looking at the sphere part yet. I don't want to. That's weird. That flower wasn't cured. Everything else was, but that flower, so that's kind of odd. So what I'm gonna do is I actually have some roses right here, and I'm just going to cut, I'm gonna cut this one off and add this one. Haha. You can't beat me, sphere. That is so pretty. The sphere is nice. The flower will be fine. I'm just gonna push him into that. Okay, then look at the bird. The beak is filled in with clear, so I just need to go over it with the black. Her beak comes down like this. They have a hook bill. What are you saying, Ava? She's saying, what do you want, baby? Huh? Alright, so there's her beak. And then her eye. I can't give you a kiss right now. I'm painting. I am painting, baby. Clean up around that. Now, there's a bubble inside of the bird, right here. There's a few bubbles, but it's her real feather, so we know it's her perfect color. It's obvious they're not in the wrong direction. Does that make sense? So you can't see most of them that they're coming down the right way, but I think you'd be able to tell if they were going the wrong way. So, and then the line in the sphere. So it's hard with the reflection here. So spheres are hard to, well, anything that you're multi-layering is hard to not get a line, but I hit it at the perfect time to not get a line. So the line that I have is, it's not here. It's not on this side, which is odd. It's only on this front side, of course. And it's because these flowers were pinker. So they've lost some of their dye, and that's what's in this resin. And then down here, nothing bled into the resin. So now I don't have a serious reflection from the dichroish film, but maybe some off of the glitter. So this is a win. I love her. I don't think I have to do much. Her red feathers actually may do, how am I going to get red though? The colors that I have, I don't think I have a red. I don't think this is going to look red at all. No, I don't like that at all. I may have to wait and do a little bit of paint, which I have paints. I don't have them out right now. So I can try and paint some red on there just to make it stand out just a little bit more. But How do you like it? What do you guys think? I hope it was in shot. I tried to come closer for the reveal for you so that you wouldn't miss it. I'm also going to do her feet black too, but I want to get a thinner. Here, I'm going to do it in the gray, but okay. I'm not touching this. I was going to go over each feather, but I think I'm not. I think I'm going to just leave my Ava sphere alone. Yay! I hope you liked, oh no. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me, and I want to stick around and do more things. So come join me for fun things. And Ava says, join her too. And here it is on a light. So I think we did really well without bubbles. You see the glitter in there, but I didn't find bubbles in the sphere, which is pretty amazing to me. And yes, there's bubbles in her, but it was the 1 hour fast cure, and then that always has a lot of bubbles, but it just gives it texture, I think. Hope you love it. I do. What is it? What is this? I made her to look like you. You don't love her? You don't love her, Ava? I want you to say hello to her. Don't you want to say hello to the bird? You just want head, oh, you want to snack on my finger? Okay. We'll do head rubs. We'll do head rubs. No? You're in a mood this morning, and I want you to see your bird friend. Look. You do look pretty, though. You do look so pretty, Ava. You ready to go back now? Oh! You're not sure? You want to go outside now? All right, we can go outside. Come on. Ava, can you tell everyone thanks for watching? Yeah? No? Thanks for watching me.